Mantras of our Lord Sri Aurobindo. Our Lord Sri Aurobindo says, broadly, the sadhana consists of a progressive surrender of oneself inward and based upon it, the outward also, to the Guru, to the Divine. Meditation, concentration, work, service, all these are means for a self-gathering in all one's moments with the sole aim of delivering oneself into the hands of a higher power for being worked on and led towards the goal. The mother guides, helps each according to his nature and need, and wherever necessary, herself intervenes with her power, enabling the sadhak to understand the rigors and the demands of the path. The Divine Mother has placed herself with all the love, peace, knowledge, and consciousness that she is at the disposal of every aspiring soul that looks for help. The divine grace and power can do everything, but with the full assent of the sadhak. To learn to give that full assent is the whole meaning of the sadhana. With our love and blessings, says our Lord Sri Aurobindo. Words of our Divine Mother from the Collective Works of our Divine Mother, Volume 3, page 158. Topic: Divine Presence in our midst. Our Divine Mother says, people are so unwilling to recognize anything that expresses the divine that they are ever on the alert to find fault, discover apparent defects, and so reduce what is high to their own level. They are simply furious at being surpassed, and when they do succeed in finding superficial shortcomings, they are greatly pleased. But they forget that if they confront even the divine, when its presence is on the earth with their crude physical mind, they are bound to meet only what is crude. They cannot hope to see what they are themselves incapable of seeing or unwilling to see. They are sure to misjudge the divine if they consider the surface aspect of its actions, for they will never understand
the shuddering waste of blue, its swallowing emptiness and joyless death. Resentful of her thought and life and love, through the long fading night by her compelled, gliding half seen on their unearthly path, phantasmal in the dimness, nor the sleep.
Our Divine Mother says they are sure to misjudge the divine if they consider the surface aspect of its action, for they will never understand that what seems similar to human activity is yet altogether dissimilar and proceeds from a source which is non-human. Our Divine Mother says the divine, manifesting itself for the work on earth, appears to act as men do, but really does not. It is not possible to evaluate it by such standards of the obvious and the apparent. But men are utterly in love with their own inferiority and cannot bear to submit to or admit a higher reality. This desire to find fault, this malicious passion to criticize and doubt what something in oneself tells one is a higher reality, is the very stamp of humanity. It marks out the merely human. Wherever, on the other hand, there is a spontaneous admiration for the true, the beautiful, the noble, there is something divine expressed. You should know for certain that it is the psychic being, the soul in you, with which your physical consciousness comes in contact when your heart leaps out to worship and admire what you feel to be of a divine origin, says our Divine Mother. Significant days in November and December in Sri Aurobindo Ashram. 17th November, our Divine Mother withdrew from her physical body on this day in 1973. Her body was laid to rest in the Samadhi in the ashram compound on 20th November. 24th November. What happened on 24th November 1926 prepared the possibility of the descent of supermind, and on that day Sri Aurobindo retired into seclusion and entered into deep and powerful meditation. Our Divine Mother declared this day as the day of victory. This day is observed as one of the 4 darshan days at the ashram. 5th December, our Lord Sri Aurobindo left his physical body in 1950 on this day. His body was laid to rest in the Samadhi in the ashram compound on 9th December. Next topic, what happened on 24th November 1926? Written by A.B. Purani, one of the sadhaks who stayed with our Lord and our Divine Mother under their service. Sri A.B. Purani ji writes, from the beginning of November 1926, the pressure of higher power began to be unbearable. Then, at last, the great day, the day for which our Divine Mother had been waiting for so many long years, arrived on 24th November. The sun had almost set, and everyone was occupied with his own activity. Some had gone out to the seaside for a walk, when the Divine Mother sent out word to all the disciples to assemble as soon as possible in the veranda where the usual meditation was held. It did not take long for the message to go round to all. By 6 o'clock, most of the disciples had gathered. It was becoming dark. In the veranda, on the wall near Sri Aurobindo's door, just behind his chair, a black silk curtain with gold lacework representing 3 Chinese dragons were hung. The 3 dragons were so represented that the tail of one reached up to the mouth of the other, and the 3 of them covered the curtain from end to end. We came to know afterwards that there is a prophecy in China that the truth will manifest itself on earth when the 3 dragons, the dragons of earth, of the mind region, and of the sky meet. Today, on 24th November,
is not our beginning, nor our end. She is the dark mother in whose womb we have hid, safe from too swift awaking to world pain.
today, on 24th November, the truth was descending and the hanging of the curtain was significant. There was a deep silence in the atmosphere after the disciples had gathered there. Many saw an oceanic flood of light rushing down from above. Everyone felt a kind of pressure above his head. The whole atmosphere was surcharged with some electrical energy. In that silence, in that atmosphere, full of concentrated expectation and aspiration, in the electrically charged atmosphere, the usual, yet on this day quite unusual, tick was heard behind the door of the entrance. Expectation rose in a flood. Sri Aurobindo and our Divine Mother could be seen through the half-open door. Our Divine Mother, with a gesture of her eyes, requested Sri Aurobindo to step out first. Our Lord Sri Aurobindo, with a similar gesture, suggested to her to do the same. With a slow, dignified step, our Divine Mother came out first, followed by our Lord Sri Aurobindo with his majestic gait. The small table that was used in front of Sri Aurobindo's chair was removed this day. Our Divine Mother sat on a small stool to his right. Silence, absolute, living silence, not mere living, but overflowing with divinity. The meditation lasted about 45 minutes. After that, one by one, the disciples bowed down to the Divine Mother. Our Divine Mother and our Lord Sri Aurobindo gave blessings to them. Whenever a disciple bowed to the Divine Mother, Sri Aurobindo's right hand came forward behind the Divine Mother's as if blessing him through the Divine Mother. After the blessings, in the same silence, there was a short meditation. In the interval of silent meditation and blessings, many had distinct experiences. When all was over, they felt as if they had awakened from a divine dream. Then they felt the grandeur, the poetry, and the absolute beauty of the occasion. It was not as if a handful of disciples were receiving blessings from their Supreme Master and the Divine Mother in one little corner of the earth. The significance of the occasion was far greater than that. It was certain that a higher consciousness has descended on earth. In that deep silence had burgeoned further like the sprout of a banyan tree, the beginning of a mighty spiritual work. This momentous occasion
sovereign emptiness of its reign, the intolerant darkness paid and drew apart, till only a few black remnants stains that reign. But on a fading age of dumb lost space, still a great dragon body sullenly looms, anniversary of the slow struggling dawn, defending its ground of tortured mystery. It trailed its coils through the dead martyrite air, and curving fled down a grey slope of sky.
This momentous occasion carried its significance to all in the divine dynamism of the silence, in its unearthly dignity and grandeur, and in the utter beauty of its every little act. The deep impress of divinity, which everyone got, was for him a priceless treasure. Sri Aurobindo and the Divine Mother went inside. Of this descent, our Lord Sri Aurobindo wrote on several occasions afterwards. In 1935 of October, our Lord Sri Aurobindo wrote as follows: If the 24th November 1926 was the descent of Lord Krishna into the physical, Krishna is not the supramental light. The descent of Krishna would mean the descent of the overmind Godhead, preparing, though not itself actually bringing, the descent of the supermind and Ananda. Krishna is the Anandamaya. He supports the evolution through the overmind, leading towards his Ananda. These are taken from the life of Sri Aurobindo, written by Sri A.B. Purani, page 215.